Zhang Yi and Liang Yu rode a snowmobile through the mountain passes, the cold wind whipping past as Zhang Yi consulted a holographic 3D diagram of the Xishan base that Yang Xinxin had transmitted. The map revealed a hidden escape tunnel leading to the first life container, and Zhang Yi set his sights on the fleeing figures silhouetted against the distant headlights. As they drew nearer, the three silhouettes resolved into Chen Xinyan, the architect of the Xishan oppression, and his two loyal bodyguards, sprinting desperately toward the tunnel. Liang Yu's eyes hardened with murderous resolve, recalling the countless students Chen had sacrificed for his experiments. Zhang Yi halted his snowmobile, stepped out with a cold smile, and confronted Chen Xinyan. The former base leader stammered, pleading for his life and offering a partnership that would rebuild Xishan's power under their joint command. Zhang Yi dismissed the proposal with a detached "I don't need it," his tone flat despite the tension crackling in the air. Chen's desperation escalated. He tried to bargain with the promise of stability, but Zhang Yi's divine power, now fully integrated, locked onto the trio. In an instant, Chen's head twisted grotesquely and exploded, his body reduced to a spray of blood and flesh. The two guards, shocked into a frenzy, pulled grenade pins and charged, intent on dying alongside their leader. Bullets riddled their legs, yet they hurled the explosives toward Zhang Yi. With practiced ease, Zhang Yi opened a shimmering dimensional portal, captured the grenades, and nullified their blast. He then placed his right hand upon one guard's chest, channeling a surge of spatial energy that ignited the man, turning flesh to flame and then to ash within seconds. The second guard suffered the same fate, his body consumed by the same fiery annihilation. Zhang Yi watched the flames, a satisfied grin crossing his face as he noted his growing mastery over spatial power. After the bodies turned to ash, Zhang Yi scattered the remnants across the snow, ensuring no trace remained. Liang Yu, still gripping her tang sword, asked whether such caution was necessary after the Xishan base's destruction. Zhang Yi answered solemnly, explaining his fear that any surviving ally of Chen might seek vengeance, and that he intended to eradicate even the slightest potential threat. Liang Yu, her grief for the lost students resurfacing, felt a complex mix of sorrow and begrudging understanding as she listened to his reasoning, realizing the depth of his resolve in this bleak world. Zhang Yi gathered his exhausted companions, Uncle Yu and Fatty Su, as their stimulant-induced surge faded, knowing they would soon collapse. He ordered everyone into the car and, at Liang Yu's urging, set out to rescue her students hidden in a nearby residential building. The group arrived to find the students huddled around a makeshift fire, warming themselves with the fuel Zhang Yi had supplied. Zhang Yi dropped Liang Yu at the doorway, reminding her of their agreement. He would provide food and lodging and then guide them toward Xujia town, a place with empty houses and a river for fishing. Behind his calm exterior, Zhang Yi plotted to claim Liang Yu for himself and silently hoped the students would not survive the trek, reflecting his cold calculation toward those who had once bullied Yang Xinxin and Lu Karen. Liang Yu, unsettled by Zhang Yi's terse terms, tried to negotiate for her treasured Longming sword but was rebuffed. She returned to the shelter, where the students questioned why Zhang Yi had left them without promised housing. She reassured them of a future in Xujia town, describing its villagers and river fish. Their hope waned until Wu Qingyu mentioned the opulent villa once owned by Wang Siming, now occupied by Yang Xinxin and Lu Karen, suggesting they could appeal to Zhang Yi for similar luxury. The prospect briefly brightened their eyes, creating tension over whether Zhang Yi would grant them access to the billionaire-level shelter. Later, Liang Yu sternly dismissed the students' fantasies of staying in Zhang Yi's shelter, reminding them that his help in leaving the Xishan base was already a hard-won concession. She ordered watch rotations and rest, insisting they would set out for Xujia town at first light. The students fell silent, their resentment palpable but their obedience unquestioned, aware that Liang's leadership had been their lifeline. Meanwhile, Zhang Yi led a convoy to Yuelu residential area, retrieving Zhou Kur, Yang Xinxin, Lu Karen and others, and returned to the safe house on a snowmobile. The women at the shelter erupted in cheers, relieved that the destroyed Xishan shelter meant a chance at peace. Zhang Yi invited Uncle Yu and Aunt Zhou to move into the safe house, praising its superior living conditions and the strength of unity. Uncle Yu, wary of forming another Xishan-like organization, accepted, citing the recent battles lesson. Inside, Zhang Yi expressed gratitude, hugging Lu Karen and Yang Xinxin, and publicly credited Xinxin's hacking for the operation's success. The group shared a moment of camaraderie, acknowledging the looming threat of Tianhai City's massive population but confident that their combined abilities would keep them safe. Zhang Yi gathered the survivors in the 5-story shelter and announced that they would move back to the villas outside the valley. He instructed everyone to take only essential items, promising that any surplus could be stored in his alternate dimension, which never ran short of supplies. The group hurriedly packed, and Zhang Yi, as the last to leave, sealed the heavy alloy door behind him before loading everyone onto a snowmobile. As they prepared to depart, a figure in a black down jacket emerged from the shadows. Li Jian, a practitioner of the snow worship cult. Zhang Yi approached him, learning that Li Jian had been awakened by a massive Western missile explosion and that his own mysterious ability was currently dormant for fear of severe side effects. Recognizing that Li Jian's followers posed no immediate threat and that the cultist's power was unusable, Zhang Yi chose not to kill or recruit him, allowing Li Jian to remain in the area for potential future use. That night the group settled into the shelter, which, despite recent missile damage, felt like a new world of peace now that their enemy had vanished. Zhang Yi clarified that the shelter would remain exclusive. He trusted Uncle Yu but harbored reservations about Su Pingzi, and he kept a polite distance from Zhou Haimei out of respect for Uncle Yu. Consequently, both Uncle Yu and Fatty Su decided to move out and live alone, the latter coping with his gynophobia by surrounding himself with figurines. In the following days Zhang Yi suffered the debilitating aftereffects of 3 stamina-enhancing injections, leaving his limbs weak and his mind blank. Zhou Kor, Yang Xia, and Lu Karen took turns nursing him, providing a rare sense of VIP treatment, while Su Pingzi languished alone, attempting recovery by reading comics. Meanwhile, Liang Yu and her dozen students, who had taken refuge in 2 empty houses in Shujie town, faced food shortages. The villagers, traumatized by the Shishan-based special forces, kept their distance, forcing Liang Yu to seek assistance from Zhang Yi at the shelter, hoping he would honor their prior agreement to share provisions. The chapter ends with Zhang Yi locked inside his room, his movements limited by drug-induced fatigue, as the group adjusts to new living arrangements and the lingering uncertainty of future supplies.